Well, hello, friends, and welcome to What If Wednesday. I'm Mindy Audlin, and this is our time to come together every single week to share some ideas, to brainstorm, and to check in with you to see what's happening in your life and to create some possibilities. We find upbeat, positive possibilities using the question, what if? So that we can create the things that we desire. And that brings us to this week's topic for What If Wednesday. If you are one of those people where, you ask for fries and you get onion rings and you're just like, yeah, it's okay. If you don't like rocking the boat and you don't like, sending things back and having it get redone, if that makes you squirm, this is a session for you, inspired by our very own Joyful Genie. Joyful Genie in the house. Hi, Natalie.
Hello, good morning.
Thanks for joining us today. So this What If Wednesday is inspired by you.
I'm curious to find out what it's about.
Yes, what could it be? So you had posted in our Facebook group, I believe it was our Facebook group, about your haircut. I'm going to let you save the story for our What If Up brainstorm. Before we get to the story and how it has inspired us today, first, we have some new members in our community. So let's say a big old howdy do to our new members. Who's new?
Welcome to Maureen, Susan, Jess, and Freddie.
Hello, everybody. So glad to have you as part of our What If Up community. We do come together every Wednesday. You're always invited to join us. Let us know you're here and let us know, I see you. Thank you for checking in. Let us know that you're here. And if you have anything, any ideas you want to share, anything that you want us to What If Up with you, we are here for you. So Natalie, tell me about your haircut experience this week. Your hair looks awesome, by the way. Super cute.
Thanks. I went in Monday and I told the lady that I said, I love the style that I have now. I just want everything to be shorter. And she said, how much? And I said, show me what an inch looks like. And so she showed me. I said, yes, that much. So she did her little trimming and I could kind of tell it wasn't really much different. So I went back to the car. I paid and everything. I went to the car. I took my mask off and I said, no, this is really not what I asked for. And I was so uncomfortable. I said, I'm uncomfortable going back and asking her to do it again. Mm-hmm. But then I thought about it because my husband and I had talked about finances. And I said, I'm more uncomfortable going home and telling him that I paid for something that doesn't look any different. So I sucked it up and I went back in and I just said nicely, if I wanted it to be shorter, would I have to make another appointment? She said, no, you can come right back here. And I wasn't breathing for the first 10 minutes of her doing it, but I said, I'm past the uncomfortable spot. So we're good. I can relax and enjoy this. So it worked. It was
such a huge win. So I'm celebrating that win with you. Now, let me ask you, how was she? Was she happy to do it? Or, I mean, not that it even matters, but how did she respond?
She was so sweet and she said, sorry. And she was very, very kind. And I said, thank you for your time. And it was almost like she was apologizing for not getting it right the first time. And in my mind, I thought I had explained it, but it didn't match. So yeah, she was very generous.
I love it. I love it. And I love it. So I know this happens all the time where, I always like when I go to a restaurant, I like water with like no ice and a wedge of lemon, and inevitably, everybody gets ice or, it's like everybody gets, I don't know, it's like something happens and it's like, okay, do I send it back or do I not? And this past weekend we were out and Sean, I think he'd ordered a beer or something and we were at a new place. And he was wanting to try out some of the local beers and things like that. And he got this beer and he's like, I don't really like it. I think I'm going to try another one. and so he says, this isn't for me. So I'm like, I'll drink it. So I feel like sometimes I'm kind of like this catfish. I'm like, oh, whatever doesn't work for you, I'll take care of it because I don't want it to go to waste. So you were my inspiration this week. Like, what if we put out there what we want? And if it doesn't come back the way we want, we simply open up the dialogue. Mm-hmm. And what if all the things that go on in our head that prevent us from doing that, what if that's where the riches are? Like what are the things that go on in your head? What are the things that leave you breathless? Like, I'm going to ask her to cut it shorter. Like what are those conversations? Because what if we could shift those conversations and it would change everything? What if that's the key to becoming a powerful creator? What if we are creating based on our energy Not so much what we say we want, but how our energy is.
Mhm.
So that being said, so great to see so many of you joining us today. If you have any ideas for what are the things that you tolerate, what are your tolerations? Like, okay, well, close enough. Okay, I had ice, close enough. Not the darkest. My husband likes dark beer, so he's like, "Oh, it's a little light for me." I'm like, "Oh, it's good enough for me." So, what are the things that you tolerate when you really, really want something else? And then what is the dialogue that goes on in your head? So, Natalie, what possibilities do you have for others who might find themselves in the situation that you were in
I mean,
this
I'm
week?
just, unless, what if we compare it that it's not surgery, they're not removing the wrong organ. So if we can have that conversation, and what if it gets to be fun, and what if we find that we have more power than we ever thought we did when we actually speak up and use our voice?
What if they actually appreciate that? What if they don't want you driving off unhappy with your haircut? What if they actually appreciate the honesty, and what if that gives them feedback to be able to um, do a better job in the future for everybody?
Mhm. And what if there's no blame involved? What if it's just an honest conversation that, oh, maybe I didn't explain it, maybe they didn't get it, but maybe it's give and take.
Right. What if we take it on as an opportunity to be better communicators, an opportunity to take ownership for, oh, I must not have said it clearly enough, or to take our ownership of our own energy of, yeah, I expect a certain, if I ask for this, then I expect for that to show up
What if,
or not. Do we or do we not?
yeah, what if that makes us more open to feedback because we're willing to speak up?
Yes. And what if we can get to the point where that feedback isn't painful, but that feedback is productive?
Mhm.
No onion rings with my order equals less calories and feeling pretty good about it. Well, and that's the other thing too is like, okay, so if I put my order out there and it comes back different, I think that's the decision point to say, we talk about this or something better. Did I get something? And this has happened to me before where I order something and what shows up is like a mistake, but I'm like, oh, that actually looks really good. Maybe that is more what I want. So what if what if you came out and you're like, oh, this isn't really the haircut I asked for, but I like it. So it's not that we always have to get exactly what we want. What if we're open to something better? But what if we're not feeling like that sense of excitement and congruence, that those are the moments where we can say something. Those are the moments when we can feel comfortable asking for what we want.
Yeah.
Um, what
I
would your be?
Well, I ordered sheet protectors a few months ago, and so when I opened the box, I said, "This is definitely not sheet protectors." I could tell it had fancy writing, and it was a box of 60 snacks. And right away, my sense of justice, I'm like, "I have to report this. This is not what I ordered." And I said, "I could have just received it. It was fun. It was food that came to our house." So I returned it, but I thought that was just a fun gift expansion right there.
Yes, yes. So what if in each moment we're looking at what am I creating? What am I attracting? What's showing up in my experience? Is it what I asked for? Is it better than what I asked for? Or is it something that it's like sometimes in our communications here in my household, it's like if there's a communication and it's like, okay, I expect to be treated with a certain level of respect. And if the dialogue isn't there, then we just say, hey, try it again. Try it again. Because that's not the way I expect communication to be with me. So what if we just try again? Hey, this isn't the haircut I wanted. Let's try again. Let's just try it again with no energy around that.
Mhm.
So Lisa's here. Hello, beautiful goddess. Hello. She is it's good to see you, Lisa. What ideas do you have for when things don't go quite as expected? What if this is about stepping into our power, stepping into our confidence? And what if, in doing so, what if it actually strengthens our relationships because people can know that they know where they stand with us? And what if that feels really good to have that kind of authenticity and honesty?
What if this helps us with placing our order from the universe in a bigger way? So the more we get clarity on exactly what we want, um, yeah, what if it just opens our whole being up?
What if this is a practice ground? What if everything that you do when you order takeout, when you go through the drive through, what if everything that you ask into the universe? What if every request you put into the universe is giving you practice at getting clarity on what you want, communicating it, and expecting that to come back to you? So it can be a really powerful process. I had a friend of mine who did this, and she would, every little thing, she would be like, that movie When Harry Met Sally, where she's ordering how she wants dessert, and she's like, I want ice cream, but on the side, and if it's heated, then I want it this way, and like high maintenance. So she was high maintenance, and then if it didn't come back the way she wanted it, she would just send it back and send it back. This is the way I want it, and if it's not the way I want it, then I'm going to send it back, because I'm not going to receive it until it's the way I want it. And that's another thing is, sometimes what's coming to us is not done yet. It's like, so maybe your haircut is like, it just wasn't done yet. You need to go back because you didn't finish it. It needs to go a little shorter. So positivity plus, absolutely, absolutely. So this is an exciting time for us, Natalie, because we are opening the doors to our next Team Up Challenge. So what would you say to those, you are a community cheerleader, what would you say to those in our community who maybe have been here for a while, you've been what-if-upping with us and enjoying the vibe? What would you say to them about what the Team Up Challenge is and why, who it might be a good fit for?
I say, walk through the door. It's open for you. We are all waiting on the other side. We have pom-poms, we have big hugs, we have Kleenex if you need it, but I think it's a beautiful journey. So it's not like a roller coaster where you have to be scared of anything. It's more like a little water ride. You get to just see all the sights, get splashed a little bit, and it's tons of fun. So
that's the fun.
You can't go
It's
wrong.
like a lazy river, except it's like we put ourselves in the flow and then we go together. And yeah, I love that. Lisa Sear says, I trust that my team on the other side universe knows what's for my highest good. I love it. Beautiful. Allowing and going with the flow. So our Team Up Challenge is a chance to come together at a deeper level with people in this community. There's a lot of challenges out there that we'll talk about, here's some teachings, and we do have, there's teachings every day and little mini lessons and challenges to step into. The power of it, I really think, is doing something day after day after day as a discipline, and then having friends, having a team that you can be in the experience with so that we can build the muscle, So you had a great win this week of asking for what you want. And, I think, what if that inspires others in our group to have similar wins? And what if we do that more and more and more so that we start noticing more and more and more that the things that we want show up for us?
Yeah. I was reading a book and it was saying, what if you have an alter ego, what if you go into a coffee shop and order as your alter ego and drink as your alter ego? And I thought that would be fun, just to step into that place of just knowing you can't do it wrong and you've got everybody supporting you in your journey.
What if you step into that sense of identity of knowing that the things that I expect show up for me, and so I'm going to expect all good things? What if we walk into a room expecting positive interactions, things to flow, and grace and ease? Lisa says it's a good place to be in a high vibrational community that's full of positive energy and focusing on positive outcomes of infinite possibilities rather than the other side of the coin. Yes, love it. Lisa's a member of our Team Up family, and it is so great to come together. And thank you for joining us this Wednesday as we do our What If Wednesday brainstorm. We are celebrating. Share it with friends. Share it with loved ones, share it with colleagues, spread the word, and we hope you'll join us. The link for the Team Up Challenge is whatifup.com/challenge, and we would love to have you join us for 21 days of adventure and fun and upliftment and being in a habit, a discipline of being in that flow. Yes. Yes, yes. And a happy Easter to you all as well. So I didn't have my bunny ears today. I'll have to bring my bunny ears this weekend. Maybe my Easter basket. So yeah, bring some Easter fun this week. Maybe we can share our Easter surprises with each other in our group this week. So wishing you all a happy Easter this weekend. And Natalie, thank you for being an inspiration this week.
Thank you. This was fun.
Good times, good times. So your challenge today is to just look for the things that you're asking for and look for how they show up and to allow them to show up with grace and ease. And so thank you all for being here for this What If Wednesday. Thank you, Natalie. Great to see you today. Thank you all for joining. Hope to see you next time on What If Wednesday. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.